Once we pass this mountain and cross the forest, we'll reach Carding City, Red says, guiding the group as they exit Beast Ridge. It's been nearly a month since their journey began, and despite their injuries, they can finally see the end in sight. Red can't help but smile as hope flickers in their eyes. Dust covered and wrapped in old bandages, the group has endured countless hardships. Only Dan and Alan still possess fighting capabilities, while the rest are nearly incapacitated. Over the past month, Dan and Alan formed a close combat and long range coordination that allowed them to fend off many beasts. However, as Dan became injured, Alan was forced to take up the captain's sword and fight alongside the others. Alan, lacking physical strength, compensates by using arcane energy to maneuver during fights. When beasts get too close, he switches to fighting with chi and a sword. Although the others are more experienced warriors, they share their combat knowledge with him, helping him improve his abilities. Alan learns quickly, eventually becoming capable of fighting smaller beasts without relying on arcane energy. This is the border between Beast Ridge and Carding Forest, Red announces. Carding Forest should be relatively safe. As they enter Carding Forest, the group feels a sense of relief. However, there's still a 10-day journey to Carding City, and the forest, though safer than Beast Ridge, is home to wild beasts. They occasionally spot hunters moving through the area. Finally, out of that dreadful place, Dan sighs, taking in the eerie yet peaceful atmosphere of the forest. But just as he speaks, a volcanic cat appears, blocking their path. These beasts, clever and calculating, often attack when they sense weakness. In their current state, the group is vulnerable. Who let Dan join the team? He's a jinx, the bald-headed man jokes, his dry humor lightening the mood despite the impending danger. The group has grown close during their perilous journey, and they share these moments of banter to cope with the fear. Is it my fault? Dan grumbles, awkwardly scratching his head. He turns to Alan and says, I'll hold it off. You use arcane. Let me handle it alone, Alan replies confidently. Over the past month, he has gained valuable experience and feels capable of handling the volcanic cat. He draws the captain's sword, ready for battle. The group watches Alan, amazed by his growth. Over time, the boy had gone from barely escaping monsters to fighting them head-on. His courage and skill have earned their respect, and without him, they likely wouldn't have survived Beast Ridge. As they shared their knowledge with him, Alan had advanced from a first-tier junior warrior to a second-tier warrior, significantly improving his strength. With the sword in hand, Alan faces the volcanic cat, which immediately spits a stream of fire toward him. Enhanced by Windwalk, Alan dodges the flames and closes in on the cat. The beast, swift and agile, leaps onto a nearby tree and pounces on Alan from above. Rolling out of the way, Alan rises quickly and thrusts his sword at the cat's head. The sword clangs against the cat's tough hide, barely leaving a mark. In retaliation, the volcanic cat claws at Alan's chest. He manages to repel the attack with chi, but not without sustaining a bleeding wound. Be careful, the captain shouts, concerned for Alan's safety. Alan nods, focusing on the volcanic cat. Determined not to rely on arcane energy, he decides to use only his warrior skills to defeat the beast. The cat's glowing yellow eyes fixate on him, its fiery red tail swaying as it prepares to strike again. In a sudden move, the cat lunges for Alan's throat. Instead of dodging, Alan decides to confront the beast head-on. He feels a surge of chi within him, and with the captain's sword glowing faintly, he gathers all his energy. With a powerful step forward, Alan swings the sword with all his might. Ha! Alan shouts as a crescent-shaped wave of chi bursts from the sword, striking the volcanic cat. The 5 onlookers stand in stunned silence. Chi projecting, they gasp in disbelief. The volcanic cat, hit by the sword chi, yowls in pain as it's flung into a tree. Struggling briefly, the cat emits a burst of flame before retreating into the forest, leaving a bloody trail behind. The group can hardly believe their eyes. Chi projecting is a technique that usually takes years to master, and even many senior warriors never achieve it. Yet, here was a 12-year-old boy performing it with apparent ease. That wasn't arcane, was it? Black, the one-armed warrior, asks, unable to grasp what he just witnessed. It was chi. This kid, Dan exclaims, still in shock. When he first met Alan, he had only helped him out of kindness. He never expected the boy's talent for chi to be this high, allowing him to achieve chi projecting in just 2 months. Alan, exhausted after his attack, approaches the group. Seeing their strange expressions, he assumes they're disappointed that he didn't kill the volcanic cat. My chi control isn't very good yet, he says, somewhat embarrassed. The others stare at him, bewildered. If his chi control was poor, then what did that make them, who could barely manage to focus chi on their weapons after nearly a decade of training? How did you do that? Chi projecting, I mean? The bald-headed man asks excitedly. Alan scratches his head. I'm not sure. I was going to dodge, but I thought that was too weak. So I gathered all my chi and swung the sword with all my strength. It just sort of flew out. I thought every warrior could do this. The group falls silent, trying to process the absurdity of Alan's statement. A 12-year-old had accidentally accomplished something that takes most warriors decades of rigorous practice to achieve. The disparity in talent is staggering. The captain, observing Alan thoughtfully, chooses to remain silent, though his mind is undoubtedly racing with questions.